Hey guys, welcome to Mob Hammer. I'm Mob, and welcome back to the stream, guys. Headhunter, welcome back. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about these new Warmachine miniatures. My friend Cory over at Lazy Sunday Gaming actually got these ahead of time through the affiliate program. Affiliate content creator, I mean not affiliate program, but he got some of these miniatures ahead of time, and I'm really excited to be able to paint them and play my first game of Warmachine. We shall see. So as you can see, I kind of just went back into this view so you can see the miniatures here. I started off with doing a Zenithal highlight because I thought it'd be a lot more fun to airbrush some of the colors on there, and I have some great options. Oh, great. Okay, cool. So we are working. Let me just make sure everything else is up and going on all fronts. But we're gonna have a great stream today, guys. I also got some music too. The only thing that's probably going to happen, unfortunately, is that I do have some music to play now, and that with the airbrush, it does get a little noisy. So we're probably going to just go to some music at some point while I get the airbrushing done, and then from there we will go back to talking on the chat. Okay, cool. Let me just get everything all up and running. Almost there, getting all the streams. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a pretty busy week. I'm very excited to do the stream. There are some other things I'm still falling behind on, but you know what? That's okay. So what you see here, the Khador is half of the box for the 2-player starter set, and it only comprises of these 6 miniatures, which I'm pretty stoked about. And the one I'm most excited about is doing some big robot boy, because I do love me some robots. And I was very lucky that Cory actually put these together for me, so all I had to do was take them after he built them, and then I just did a quick little Zenithal highlight on them, so that way a nice little airbrush will make some really clean armor looks. Then we'll, add some more details, metallics, everything like that, and we'll be pretty freaking sick. So that is the. I'm still not sure of all the names, the lore, so I'm still learning quite a bit. But I think we're in for a fun time with these miniatures. I'm excited about this guy too. I think eventually I can do some cool little effects with the smoke from the missile launcher. In a way, I almost feel like this is Warhammer, but it's like the, what is it? The, what's that game? Overwatch. It almost feels like Warhammer, but like an Overwatch style, where the characters are kind of like, the armor pieces are slightly engorged. Something like that. But yeah. Oh, an Orc Proxy? Yeah, I think there's some cool opportunities there that people will have to do some cool things like that. Alright, cool. So, also, I have to have my window open. It's a little hard to see here, but just give you a little bit of an idea if you're looking at my little tiny camera, is I have my airbrush cabin over here, which is going to basically funnel out any extra paint that doesn't go out and doesn't get in my eyes, get in my environment. I don't have to wear a mask because I'm using it, which is really nice. But again, it does get kind of loud because I am going to be running this while I have my microphone here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see me airbrush. Oh yeah, it's funny, they do look busy, but the miniatures themselves actually almost feel more simple by comparison if you look at 40K. So I'm kind of interested to see how difficult or easy they are to paint as well. Let's see, just going to change a couple of things here. Alright, so I'm gonna get some music playing in the background. Let me know if it's at an okay level. Just gonna give a nice little bass underneath. My buddy, he made this music a long time ago. He went by the name of Pale Men at the time. That's right, Pale Men, not man, Pale Men. And he does some more music with some other people now, but I really like his classic cuts. So that's what you're listening to right now, is music from my friend Cody / Paleman. Alright, again, let me know if you have any issue with hearing the music. I'm going to turn down just a little too loud. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Ooh, it's so touchy. Hold on. Let's do it this way. Do a little audio test on my end to make sure how it sounds on my phone too. That'll be a nice little test. And then we get right to airbrushing. Oh yeah, I actually use. Okay, cool. Hey there, Lazy Sunday in the chat. How's it going, dude? You here to steal my ideas for how I paint? Okay, cool. So here we go. This is gonna get loud. Let me know if it gets annoying, chat. But we're gonna. I'm gonna try what I can here. All right, here we go. Oh, actually, before I do that, so with the Zenithal highlight, I was kind of torn between what I wanted to use, and I've had a couple different red options. I have some great speed paint I was thinking about using, but they didn't quite have the right red I was looking for. So inevitably, while I did want to use the Armor Painter paint and plug them a little bit, I just couldn't get the right red that I wanted. So instead, I'm going to go with a Viejo game ink that I had that I've been a big fan of. I used to paint my let me grab it. My Loon Boss on a cave squig. Now, I actually dulled him down quite a bit initially, but I really liked, but the base layer of red before I dimmed it down with any sort of shading really looked well. So I'm hoping to bring back the brightness, but not necessarily have to dull it down this much. So we'll take a look. So, first things first, engaging my airbrush, building up pressure again. That's beautiful. Oh, thank you. So, I'm going to use my... I don't want to use the... Okay, hold on. I'm going to use different... I have two different airbrushes. One is the Iwata Revolution. Has a somewhat bigger needle than the... it has a 0.5 millimeter? I can't remember. It's 0.5 millimeter. But then the Iwata Eclipse, which I'm going to use, actually has a smaller 0.3 millimeter, which, you know, has a little bit more control. I don't necessarily want to prime using this one, but like it's really great for controlling details. This one is not necessarily too important that I have to be careful, but you know what? I'm gonna try it. Yeah. So building up pressure, I usually get for this about 15 psi. All right, so let's get this on. Again, you're going to hear less of me, so I might turn this down for a moment. And we're just going to basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to airbrush everything red. And then what's going to happen is as I airbrush it, after I finish airbrushing, give it a moment to dry. And I'm going to go back and paint details over it. But we'll have a nice gradient because of the Zenithal highlight. And it'll be pretty great. Hey, Evan's here too. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to the chat, guys. All right, let's still got to give the ink a good shakeroonie just to be safe. And all right, here we go. I'm gonna turn down the audio a little bit so you're not so bothered by the sound. answer your question, is the red flow? Oh no, okay. How? Oh, you know what? That's what I did last time. That's what I gotta do, and then we'll turn that off. I think that should be okay there now. Yeah. So really quick, going through what I did was so red inks very much are like contrast paints. It's like very much like, oh man, my camera's terrible. It's very much just using like contrast paints where it flows very fluidly out the airbrush, so you don't necessarily need to thin it down. Bit loud. Oh, thanks for letting me know. You know, here, I'll turn it down. On this end, there it is. Yeah. Audio is a bit tricky. So I ended up so basically, Evan, to answer your question, I did a Zenithal highlight already with priming it black and then priming it from above with white, and that's like what created this Zenithal highlight effect that you see here. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit more, and you can get a little bit of a gradation already. But honestly, I might go back later on once I fill in some more details and give some more colors. Another Zen. Oh, although I have some bad news, Corey. I know you'll. I know you're going to. I'm sorry to say this, but as I was moving things around, the arm and the base of this guy popped off from the glue. So I'm going to have to do some really quick little fixing here. That's okay. That's okay. It's going to be great. I have all the necessary tools, glue, and everything. So we're just going to do that real quick before doing some more painting. Here we go. And I also have his little hand blast that also came off. I'm so sorry, Corey. I'm going to fix it, okay? I'm going to fix it. All right. Just making sure. Is music still coming in okay, or is it too quiet still? Let me know. It's a weird audio level on my end, so I can't quite tell. So I'm going to go back to using some plastic glue and see what he says. That being said, the ones that are really shines through, these ones here, dark shadows underneath, and of course, yeah, I am really excited for this. I'm trying to okay, great, thanks guys. I'll get presets at one day. Okay, so I'm really excited about this guy. I'm even thinking about, we'll see what happens. What I might do actually is there's some things where I can create more, where I can create some glowing effects. I was watching some things do some nice OSL, which would be really handy with my airbrush. Let's see where we get. Let's see where we get. There's also a world where I tried doing that earlier than later, so I have a chance to test it out, but let's see what happens. So really quick, let's do some quick emergency fixing here. You know what, I'm going to let that dry a little bit more so I don't mess that up. Let that go through. And we are going to... Okay, here we go. I'm going to get this all nice and adjusted. I might even have to switch seats so I don't destroy my back. All right. Ooh. We're gonna have to figure this one out. There we go. Back in the comfortable chair, not the saddle, but it still works. Turning off the... Oh, and also, Headhunter, to explain your question too, about not using a mask. I mean, you can, do whatever you feel most safest with. For me, having the airbrush cabin, which circulates the air out, is really what kind of protects and saves me from any respiratory issues. sometimes, because it is acrylic, you know, it's you should still be mindful of breathing in too much if you're doing it like for hours airbrushing. But for me, if I'm just doing some acrylic inks, that's fine. If I'm doing a lot of priming, then I will probably wear a mask. I also run my air purifier for a little bit too, just to keep the air fresh. But, you know, definitely do your research and see what you feel comfortable with. But definitely having an airbrush cabin makes a big difference. Makes a huge difference. So, okay. So, yeah, this is the tricky bit. Now it's going to be coming down to where I want to start first. And honestly, I am thinking somewhere along the lines. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that I've seen people airbrush, but they're like inside and they don't have a cabin or they don't have anything to circulate in the air, so they should definitely wear a mask. But whichever. So I got a lot of paints to choose from, and I've honestly had a lot of luck lately with Pro Acryl stuff, so I'm going to go to using some of this tan flesh. Yeah. You know, so I've been going for, well, I guess 30 minutes. 30 minutes now, unfortunately. Not as long as I'd like, but still starting out. And I'm almost up to 10. I realized the moment I left, my wife was actually was checking out the stream too, and she said, Headhunter, you clocked that. It hit 10 as soon as I got ready to leave. Nice. Oh, really? Well, I'm still going to get, hey, I mean, it just seems like the parts of it, like, it doesn't seem like it broke. It just seems like the glue came off. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to go with tan flesh from Pro Acryl. Honestly, I like the way it flows. Hopefully it won't be too strong, but we'll give it a go. Ah, yes, thank you. Hydration is very important, guys. Always hydrate. So, yes, a shameless plug. I have an affiliate link with Monument Hobbies. So, if you like any of their stuff, you can use the link in my bio, and I get a kickback if you buy anything. But, you know, obviously, different paints work for different people. If you want to support me at all, check out Monument Hobby Paints, and you get a discount code too. Alright, you know what? Let's try this. Let's give this a go. This one looks like it. Okay, so this always gets to be a little scary and intimidating starting, but we're going to get right in and see what happens. Okay. Man, sometimes I think I'm just being kind of a disorganized mess sometimes. Womp womp. It's right in front of me. Okay, so we're gonna start with some skin tones first. I think that's always a nice thing to, you know, take shape, because it makes mistakes. You want to have, for me, I really want to have a good-looking face. That's important to me. I really want that. Oh, it was 10 for a moment. Damn. Okay. Let's even go a little more. I'm gonna be, yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. And soon I'll be able to close the window too. Unfortunately, you're gonna hear some sirens. That's what I get for living in the city. It just is what it is. So we're gonna be a little careful here and do my best to paint this without any mistakes. Announcements? What announcements came out yesterday? What did I miss? Oh, you know what? I did see some things pop up online with new miniatures and things, but I was working for the weekend. I had a new job where I'm starting to do work at a podcast studio. So that means I'm working on the weekends now, and it was my first time in studio, and there was a lot of things to figure out and problem solve, especially when the software stopped functioning. So I had to get a little creative, and I got to work, but it was definitely a little stressful. What were you excited for? Oh shit. Oh, there's a new Tau book? Oh shite. Wait, whoa, new Spearhead? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I like to hear about that. Is that like going to be like a whole new game board and everything, all that stuff? I'm going to make this a little bit easier. I'm having trouble getting a good shot. But I want to make sure you guys get... Oh, just Dark Oath? Still, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to give you guys a much better shot here. I don't want my hand to be blocking the goods as I'm painting. You gotta get everything... Let's try that. We're going to try that. All right, there we go. Okay. Now we got the good stuff. Yeah, Slaves of Darkness. Underworld boxes. You know, I haven't played Underworld. I had some friends who expressed some interest in it. The Crypt of Blood Warcry box set basically had two war bands that, even though they were in there for Warcry, are basically Underworld. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they were in there. Not bad. Okay. Next, we got our hero here. I presume our big boss. Don't mind that. So I guess he's got headbands, stuff like that. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, don't mean to shamelessly plug, but man, I really do like this paint. It's nice to have it's gonna be nice to have a real, actually decent Tau book. It's been really hard to get any good lore out there. I wonder if it's gonna be about who's gonna focus on it. Just crank up that light. You wanna really see everything now. Here we go. Now we're talking. All right, cool. Gotta give him a little bit more. I'm definitely going to have to look at... so I'm supposed to be doing this as close to the initial color scheme. So I'm going to have to look at some reference images shortly to make sure that it's all being done correctly. It's okay to get his hair. I'll go through and paint that over later too. Great. Cool. Let's see. This guy's wearing a helmet, so he's good. This guy's also wearing a helmet, so they're good. Okay, so let's do some quick little... Thanks to Tao. Kikao was probably considered the cunning space marine around check. That's kind of cool. I dig that. I dig some Tao lore books. You know, they get such a bad rap, but they're still how I got my start in 40K, and I will still always love them. All right, we're gonna give this a go. You know, I'm actually gonna paint. You know what? This is kind of a blessing in disguise, because now I can paint his face without the rocket launcher there. So, listen, this was not a mistake. It was not a mistake. It was a 100. It was a happy accident, and that's how most hobbying is. It's all a happy accident. What is the hail? Why is that? None of that is. How is that not? Well, if the plastic glue doesn't cooperate, then we'll switch over to super glue. Well, see, that's activating, because like it's supposed to be similar plastic glue, so it should still all be working, but I don't see any of it really activating, so maybe it's not the same type of plastic glue that I think it is. So if that's the case, then I actually need to swap it out a little bit. So that's fine. I've got options. I've got super glue for days, but now I guess I gotta give that a little bit more time to dry before I put it back on again. So, okay, so while that does that, we'll come back to the face in a bit. Let's take a look at what this, what the box set actually looks like, because I need to figure out, again, more of what and how I'm going to paint these guys. I just knew the red. I had a very clear vision of the red, but I haven't really thought too much about the rest of the stuff. I mean, I could start with the trim. Ooh, there's so much good trim. 2-player starter. Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot, actually. Blank. Oh, man. Okay, so I got... Okay, you know what? So I am going to go back to a little bit of my speed paint. So I got these wonderful speed paint metallics, which really can be quite handy. I've had a lot of luck with them before. Polished silver. I feel like, based on looking at some of these reference images, like, I'm going to kill the music for a second. You can see what I'm looking at here, so you know. Boop. So it's basically these guys here. Warmachine 2-player starter. Let's see. Here we go. Steamforge Games. Okay, here we go. This is what we're looking at here. These things. These guys, which, yeah, there's actually a bit more details and stuff I can see here. Like, those bolts look like they're all painted orange. The black details, the black trim. Oh, there's a lot of black trim. Interesting. Maybe I'll move on to black. Polished silver. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta... Okay. In that case, we are going to go back to... Yeah, we're gonna... You know, we're gonna do some black. We're gonna do some black here. I'm gonna have to keep referencing that image to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, but I think Black sounds good. It's my glue. Okay, let's give this a go. So we're gonna go back to Pro Acryl again. I have this black, coal black, which I don't know if I have used it yet, actually. No, I have used it. It's been open. So always give everything a good shake. Oh, I guess the music is. Huh. What's going on? Oh, this is none. There it is. The audio music on this thing is very tricky, but I think I figured it out. Cool. Oddly enough, interesting. Do you think it's so? Cory here from Lazy Sunday, he was actually the one who got this box set, and he was saying that, you know, I wonder if it just could be because, again, they're pre-release versions that just have this issue. It may not be a permanent thing, but it might just be maybe a mistake of how they are made, or like at least this version. I don't know, maybe like an incorrect mold process or something got mixed in with the batch. I don't know. Oh, man, you know, okay. I am going to. Okay. I'm gonna start with this guy because you know what? He's got to give me some options. I'm excited by it. And I'm gonna be able to get some of the black end. So hold on, let's see if I can open up 3 windows here so I can actually see both the chat, the screens, it's all this stuff, all of this stuff. That's so annoying. All right. So, all right, here we go. Let's give this a go. So it should be like. See, this is something I do really like about airbrushing and the Zenithal, is that then when you have like these stark solid colors and those transitions from the from your airbrushing, it just looks neater. It just looks cool. Well, I feel like maybe some of my airbrushing got messed up here a little bit, but I think that's okay. I was having some issues actually with my Viejo white. I was using this white airbrush paint that at first I thought it was actually my airbrush, but now after using it, I'm realizing, oh, it might just be the paint, and it has like a really, just like constantly gets clogged. It's really difficult. The black works, the reason I think that's because the black works absolutely fine, and it's just something that requires testing and playing out, and I didn't want to spend time having to clean it on the stream, so I tried to Zenithal everything ahead of time, but I might have to add some more later just to bring out some more details. Oh my god, secret level. Man, I'm stoked for so many things on that. I played and got all 3 endings to Armored Core. Used to love Mega Man. Look at this. This is just in my room. I love Mega Man. I haven't played his games in forever, but huge nerd. Just what I'm into. And I'm just super stoked. And I love Death and Robots. Love Death and Robots. I'm very excited for what they're gonna do. It just all seems like a good time. Do they have a release date for that? I should be looking it up. Honestly, again, it's just been, I have been much more busier this last week than I have been in an unnaturally long amount of time, and I've been very much out of loop with a lot of things lately, and you know, ups and downs. Busy, working, making money, which is nice, but still, yeah, just hard being in touch with everything. December 10th. Oh man, it's so close. Oh, I love their music choice. I just like made me feel so much. I felt like I was seeing some dreams come true of like, man, this is my childhood right here. Very exciting. I hope they do it right. I hope that they were given creative control, but they weren't bogged down with corporate BS, and they did a good job. I like what it looks like they're doing something interesting with Mega Man. It looks a little bit more dystopian than the original Mega Man. I mean, Mega Man X is a bit more dystopian, and the Space Marines look really freaking cool. I just love that creative team so much. They're also the same guys who did the guys who did Love, Death, and Robots are also the same ones who did Heavy Metal. Spooky Pac. Oh, I'm so fascinated to see what deal that is. Like, I saw Pac-Man, I was like, what? I did not clock anything else in that trailer that talked about Pac-Man, so I'm very intrigued about what's going to happen. Alright, so we're getting there, and then there's like a black up here. Like I said, the one thing I'm not looking forward to about this, though, is the potential edge highlighting. That is going to, that might be a bit of a pain in the butt. Oh, yeah. Just big lugging tanks of artificial human muscle. Well, I guess you could say not artificial, but artificially whatever. Genetically engineered. You go that route. Headhunter, you ever play Warmachine yet, or are you just Warmachine curious? Oh, and then it's like, oh wow, there's a lot more black to this than I thought. Okay, so apparently also this is painted in black too. This is, hey, well, I appreciate that. Definitely always appreciate the visit to see what's happening. It's interesting because, like, you know, sometimes I do like to follow the paint schemes for things. It's different than I would do it, but like I don't mind it. It just is a very specific look. Like I would not imagine that this section would also be like a black cloak kind of thing, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. This probably will be my last night being able to paint this week until I come back from the American Thanksgiving. I have work all this week, and then I drive out of New York City. I know, right? But the thing is, what they do is, it looks like the edge highlighted with white in the artwork. So I'm just like, it's gonna create a lot more work for me in the long run, but it'll look cool. And honestly, I do like the color contrast with these. I think that it's really interesting. Is that black? How does that? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. I am going to have, if I do this the official way, I'm going to have a lot of edge highlighting to do, for better or for worse. But I dig what's happening here. Craziness. Let me give a little extra light here too. Something helps you see a little bit more, right? Yeah, right? Alright, cool. Now I got some more light on too. There's a little bit more that's easy to pick out and decide. Honestly, like, again, I like smaller skirmish games. I think that there's I think that's a little bit easier and cheaper to get into. You know, than some things of Warhammer, but, you know, I'll probably still always be a bit of a Warhammer boy, but I am very excited to play this with people. No streams. Well, you know, we'll see. We'll see. If I'm ambitious, I might bring my kit with me and then do a stream Monday, regardless of where I am. But I don't know where I'll be. I don't know where I'll be 1 week from now. I still might be at my family's. Maybe I'll make a little to-go streaming kit. TBD. But it could happen. It could very well happen. I mean, basically, since I got the airbrushing mostly done, there's some more glowing effects I'm going to do down the line. I could stream more of this, and I do need to make more progress because I know that Cory and Lazy Sunday really want to throw down soon. That is a thing that we're excited about. No worries. No one's gonna make you. Honestly, too, there's another video I'm working on that I keep saying I was gonna release, but it's really hard, and I think that it's gonna be a bit hectic, but I should be able to release it this Friday is my hope. It's like where me and Jake play our first game of Scaventide, talk about the rules, and talk about our experience. I think it'll be fun. I hope it'll be fun. Hey, man, well, I really appreciate the support. You know, like to have people pop by whenever, and it really means a lot. It's interesting. I don't know if there's ways to promote more of these things or what people are looking for more in terms of good streaming content, that kind of thing. But definitely trying to figure it out. Definitely open to learning more and improving on my skill. And, you know, I got a long ways to go, but I like talking about it. I like sharing in the journey, and I like hanging out with people. I like hanging out with people in person, too. It's been hard, again, really hard lately, unfortunately, and it can be hard. It's hard, you know. I have a lot of people I care about who also don't live in the city, and I'm looking forward to seeing them this holiday season. But yeah, it can be just very hard to take some of that extra time. People having kids, I want to meet their kids. Family members, you know, getting a little older too, which is hard, and it's important to make time for those things. And sometimes I get a little caught up in the day-to-day, but I think it's really important to make time when and where you can. Okay, getting there. Thank you. Again, just looking forward to having a slow, bit of a down period. Oh man, there's so much to this guy. Let me see if I can get some more images on this. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more of a full picture now that I have a bigger one. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope wherever you're doing, celebrating whatever. I know you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, but I hope that you're enjoying yourself as well. All right, here we go. Let's give this a go. So many details. Okay. So you know what? I think it's going to be safe to just go over this guy with black, because then there's metallic bits that will also get covered. So when in doubt, we'll just cover this up, and then we'll bring back some of those details. Thoughts on Tau? I mean, I don't know, man. It's a trap. I mean, I love Tau, but that might just cause you to leave if I talk about them. I started with Tau. I'm really excited about the new Vespids. I might just pick up a kill team of those just to paint. I've never had Vespids, and the new ones actually look like they're worth having. They just look freaking cool. Oh yeah. Oh, very cool. The holidays one. So you got the one with the Riptide, and I think a couple of battle suits. I can't remember what's in there. Ooh, I have not. Drop a link in the chat. I'll take a look at it later. Hell yeah. Are you Riker? You also a kill team player? Or just a miniature hobbyist? Ooh, I think I might need to wet this out, wet my brush a little bit. Wet my whistle, as they say. Okay, give myself a little bit more black, I think. Okay. Ghost Keel, Riptide, Broadside. Ugh! Yeah, that's a cool battle force. It's funny, like, but there's no, I'm surprised that it's a battle force, but there's also, like, no, whatchamacallit, there's no troops in it. That's okay with me. Again, it's just like a giant, big, stompy, big robot boy, battle box, which I'm okay with. I like the idea of a big, robotic, army. That's why I have, my Imperial Knights. Alright, getting there. I feel like there's... the black's not flowing as well as I would like it to, so maybe I just gotta give it a little bit of extra love. Oh yeah, Pathfinders are pretty cool. You know, I have not played a full game of 40k in a while, unfortunately. I know, my name is Mobhammer40k, but I'm definitely thinking about going more just to Mob Hammer. But they're pretty freaking cool. My problem was that I was never really, when I was younger, when I first started playing Tau, I was just never really good at winning. So I would lose a lot. I would have very bad, very, very bad luck with it. Hard Hunter. Do you play any of the Armories too, Riker, or prominently Tau, or are you starting out? Where are you at in your hobby journey? Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, man. Well, welcome to the hobby. Um, yeah, no, I really do have a lot of fond memories of the Tau, painting them at least. Again, I just have never been good at winning 40K. I've had much more luck in Age of Sigmar and Warcry, um, just those kind of games in general. But I think that you have a good, exciting army to start with. The thing that I will caution against if you're starting to collect hobbying supplies is that with Tau, you do have a lot of panels, which can be really tricky to paint. And what I mean by that is it just takes a lot of time. And if you're starting out, usually contrast paints, one coat paints are a really great start for a lot of painters who are starting out with techniques. But the problem is with those kind of paints, it is a lot trickier with panels if you're just brushing them on. You can ask Headhunter how we did last time when I was trying to use contrast paints to brush on. Oh, lost some light there. When I was trying to brush on, and it got a little bit tricky and splotchy. I'm still trying to figure out the best. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, then you're great. That's exactly it. Rotmeyer Creed. Ugh, I know. I had to put them down for a little bit while I get some other things taken care of. I really wanted to work on these Warmachine miniatures because again I have more of a time frame with these. But the Rotmeyer Creed I definitely would like to finish up in the near future as well. I mean, I still have that whole Heart of Gur set, which is just, it's a great set, a lot of fun, but just need to take some time to paint. Yeah, so it's interesting. Some of the Pro Acryl paints you can just like put on directly and it's fine, but I think the coal black needs a little bit. It needs a slight thinning down to really get the most out of it. But once you do that, it's still pretty good. It does have a very coalish look to it, and I think that once I edge highlight, get some more white in there, I think that's going to look really nice. So there's also black here. Well, Headhunter was also talking about how there's a new lore, a new book coming out that involves the Tau. So you got some more fan service coming your way. Oh, this is tricky. This is the tricky bit because like you got to get. probably go over some of this with a wash later on to clean up. I mean, a thing that's tricky about this kind of painting too is that there's always going to be a little bit tweaking and fixing. So even if I'm live streaming and something looks like a mistake, I'll just find a way to fix it later, you know? Give it a little bit of weathering, bring it out a little bit, give it a little bit more, give it a little bit of intention as I paint it. Ooh la doo doo. All right, so that's the only thing. Okay, I'm starting to get a little more excited. I'm starting to get some more excitement out of this. I was already excited, but this is coming out pretty. This is coming together. There's going to be some annoying things going on to get in between these armor bits, unfortunately, and that I'm not too excited about, but worst comes to worst, I'll just have to again go over with a brighter red, maybe add some more highlights, clean that up a little bit, give it a little zhuzh, as they say, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, I was thinking a lot about Astra Militarum too, or you know, wait, Astra Militarum. It used to be called the Imperial Guard. That's right. It used to be called. Jeez, I feel like even I'm starting to get gaslit into like what the names used to be. I think they're kind of cool. I like the little walkers, the Star Wars looking walkers, AT, whatever they're called, and. Honestly, I think they're kind of cool. The only thing is I have against it is just that it's such a hoardy army. It's just so much to paint. So many things to paint. But, you know, fairly, not the hardest, just take some time. Oh, live streams? Well, you know what? Honestly, last week was my first live stream. I'm still figuring out a couple of technical things. I'm going to try, and as long as I don't have work or any crazy obligations, I'm going to try and do every Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. EST. Again, I work as a freelancer though in film and TV, so I sometimes have jobs that come up, and you know it's really hard to turn down some of that extra bones to paint for free on stream, but I do really enjoy it. Oh my God, the clan rats are going to be interesting. I have those on my docket to paint too with my buddy Jake from the Scaventide box, but my goodness, I am gonna speed paint those. I think that is the way. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by, Riker. I do a lot of other videos too. I have some funny stuff, some musings. I started covering some Warhammer events. So I'm gonna do some more gaming stuff. This is definitely more of my long form stuff, but definitely check it out. Yeah, definitely does. Definitely need to put that bread on the table. Okay, this is all right. Maybe I can get a smaller brush. This is gonna be annoying. Gotta get in. Gotta get in there. Gotta get in there. What do I got? What do I got? I really need a new set of brushes. Okay, well, this is still technically one of my, still nicer, thinner brushes, so I guess I'll use this for now. Oh, so what actually ended up happening was I kept the needle in it, and then the glue got stuck in the needle, and I couldn't figure out a way to unstuck it. Sometimes I would like put it somewhere and then light it a little bit with a fire, a little like lighter. You know, it is flammable, so you want to make sure that you're in a good open area. You don't run the risk of firing it, but that's something I've done before in the past to clean up the clog, but sometimes it doesn't work and it just stays clogged. Well, hey there, Cardboard. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat. You're just catching me at a bad time where I'm going to try to get the arm painted black in there. Luckily, this gun is going to be painted over as well, but we're going to give it a go. How are you doing tonight, Cardboard? Or where are you tuning in from? Whereabouts? Yay. Tricky. So tricky. Gotta get that in there. I'll get the arms at least. Gotta get the hands. That's a handy thing. Hey, well, welcome to the hobby. We got a couple of new folks here too. Welcome back. Yeah. I tried igniting it, Headhunter, and honestly, I just gotta do it. I think like I tried it once. It was like, oh, I gotta try it again. I just got lazy. Well, Cardboard, what are you? Oklahoma? Hey, regardless, welcome. Welcome again to the hobby. Where are you playing as? What are you collecting? Also, guys, if you think about it too, please drop a thumbs up on the video if you like what you see. It just kind of helps more folks get eyes on it and hopefully gets more views post-stream, if I'm lucky. All good. Yeah, no, orcs are pretty dope. I showed this guy last time too, but this is the only orc I have thus painted. It was a fine cast miniature, Doc, sorry, Jesus. Doc Grok? Oh my god. I am losing my mind. But anyways, this was a fun one to paint. It was a long one to paint, and honestly, people online have mixed opinions on it, but I was pretty proud of it. It's something. Cool. I think there was an orc battle force that came up. I think it was saved. Yeah. You're not wrong. I do have the full painting video online if you want to check it out and see the process. You're right. I'm not good at this, but that's okay. It was just a little tease. If you want to see it again, you have to go searching for it. That's what I do. Just a little tease, just a tiny tease. Do. You know, I will say the orcs really are known for their cake. It is really quite stupendous. So I'm trying to think. So I have to do some actual work tonight after this. So I'm trying to think of how much I want to get done on this guy or how much I want to start working on our big robot boy, because I'm very excited for that guy. Oh yeah? Where do you I presume you're using a filament, you're using a resin printer, right? I used to have a resin printer, but I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and it just was too much of a pain in the butt. It was just too much, way too much to deal with. Between the cleaning and it was just a lot. All right. Big robot boy. All right, I'll get the big robot boy out. Let me just get some of this stuff cleaned up a little bit. The chat has spoken. Getting there. Definitely is going to come together once we get more of the edge highlights done, but to the tune of Pink Pony Club. Love it. So, Cardboard, you got it here at the right time. If you like Tau, take a look at this guy. It's one of the war machines controlled by alchemy and heresy. So I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this current black I'm lurking for. I don't know whether I just didn't mix it enough or what it is. Maybe... I'm going to actually go, I think, to some of my Vallejo. I have the older version here. I mean, he does look pretty chaotic, right? Just got to go up to my handy-dandy reference images to see what I'm looking at here. All right, here we go. So, technically, Lazy Sunday has a specialty Discord. I haven't started my own yet, but maybe one day. Yo, Lazy Sunday, why don't you drop your Discord in the chat? Otherwise, I will if you'd like. It's more local, but you know, sometimes you hear what people are working on. It's fun to share. Do you have a community out there you play with, Cardboard? Oh, that's feeling really nice. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get my special big boy. I don't think I'm familiar with that, but that's cool. So yeah, let's see. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been really thinking about getting the Kill Team. I covered an event in New York City called the New York Open, which was really cool. It's a good group of people, and they definitely got me into it. Oh, they don't like links? Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, so, darn. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. They don't want you to self-promote other things. I wonder if I can drop a link. We'll see. Give me a moment. I'm gonna just go, and I think I didn't wire this down enough, but that's okay. There it is. These knights, thin panels. Oh, big boy. That's what I'm talking about. After my own heart for robots. Oh, interesting. Okay, good to know. Well, if you, if any of you guys want to message me on Instagram, I will look for your message request and I will respond back, and I can send you some links that way. Again, it's MobHammer40K on Instagram, and I will respond to your message there if you'd like. Yeah, the lore is very daunting. It really can be. You know, you kind of just have to take it in stride, you know, for what you're looking for, and like find stories that interest you. So there's some people have different thoughts on this. I kind of like my first 40K novels were Eisenhorn. I thought those were enjoyable, kind of introduced you to the world a little bit of 40K. Honestly, the first book in the Horus Heresy book was the series was kind of nice because you get an idea of like, oh, like what led to like the Horus Heresy, and like you don't necessarily need to know a lot of background information, but you know that obviously there's a betrayal coming. I think that's like the most basic of understanding of the lore, the Horus Heresy. Or yeah, the dart technique also works really effectively. Just kind of see what works. And I was also telling a bunch of people, I was telling Headhunter last time too, that I'm really enjoyed the Infinite and Divine book. The cast. Oh yeah, you didn't like Eisenhorn? Is that what you mean Legasp is for? Oh my goodness, I think my adopted dogs are here. When I say adopted dogs, I mean not actually, but we were watching a friend of ours dog who I absolutely love. He is adorable. He's actually in my profile picture. His name is Loco, and he just loves to be cuddled and held, and it's really adorable. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, got it, yeah. The plot twist. There's a betrayal. Perish the thought. All I know is I'm very excited to cuddle with this dog tonight. He loves to just sleep on his back. You just pull him and put him in your arms, and then just sleep on your back, and then he'll just sleep underneath the crook of your arm. He'll just put his head here on his back. Oh, loves it. Love that freaking dog. Gonna have so much footage to go through for an edit. Yay! It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be great. I will say the one thing I do like streaming. It just is really hard to find a good, comfortable position where you can see everything, and then also be entertained. Oh yeah, I love the slap chop. Slap chop is great. Completely under. I think some people find it look down on it, but I think it's helpful. It gets your miniatures painted fast and looks great. Speed paint. What's your one coat paint of choice? Is it Army Painter? Is it Citadel Contrast Paints? Are you a Viejo Express Color person? What do you like? Yeah. Hey man, use what you got. It's the way to go. Use what you got, use what you can afford. The right tool for the job is the one that you have access to. Oh yeah, that's right. The timing of these novels definitely the range, it does vary. The range certainly does vary. I don't know. Am I trying to think about whether I'm preferring the Viejo or I'm preferring the Coal Black? The Coal Black looks almost a little muddy, but I'm not sure if that's just how it looks. The Viejo is a bit more thinner. I just like having a lot of toys, and that's my problem. Part of the hobby is like, oh, playing around with the different tools, getting a feel for everything, seeing like what does what differently, and like just getting the appreciation for how everything works. I really enjoy that part of the process, and that almost is more of the hobby for me too than just the completion of things, which I guess is partially my problem. I'm gonna change brushes. Is that I just like finding different tools for the job and seeing how they work in different ways. I enjoy that process. Try a different brush here. I think we need a bigger one. I think that one's too bigger surfaces. There we go. Yeah, I gotta say, this is gonna require. Oh, interesting. This is definitely gonna require a few coats, I think. That's okay. That's a-okay. The ink is very... I wonder if that's just because I'm going over the ink, which is possible. The material's a little bit different, but that's okay. Again, we'll take some time to really clean this up eventually. I might even do an enamel wash on this as a later step. Cool. Hey, have a good one, Cardboard. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again on another stream sometime. Thanks again. Oh, look at that. Starting new people coming by. That's exciting. I always like having more people come in. It's always exciting. Alright, there we go. Gotta get it watered down a little bit more. Definitely going to have to add some more layers, I think, after this as well. But you're getting there. I think it's a good little reference for what we're going for. Yeah, I just wish there was more images of, like, what this thing fully looked like. I think the metal spikes are a thing. I mean, honestly, like, I was really, I think I'm as excited as I was when I first saw this thing. Is that, like, I was thinking that this was gonna be the most fun part for me to paint, because it's just like, oh, these gigantic pieces. You get like the contrast between the airbrush and the details on here. Like, I love it. I really do like it a lot. You know, I don't know how to describe it, because, like, the miniatures, like, they're detailed, but something about them still, I can't put my finger on, like, what makes them quite different than Games Workshop miniatures. I think maybe it's just the molding is different. I don't know. The material slightly, like, it's still decent quality, but why? It just feels different. You know, Games Workshop is the standard when it comes to high quality miniatures, and yeah, that's just how it is. Oh, just check one thing real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. I think we'll see how it goes to like when I get to the panel lining. Again, I'll probably won't be getting that until a hot bit, but I do know I do need to prioritize getting this done. I think early December is when we want to try and play our games at the latest, but we'll see what happens. I think it's just good to have a goal in mind, and then I also have to do my painting with Jake. Oh, so many things to plan on and think about, but that's okay. All will come together. So yeah, I do like the look of these guys. It's been a while since I have done any real miniatures outside of Games Workshop, and maybe that's why I'm a little extra like, contemplative on it. That's that's an interesting perspective. I could see that is just something that Games Workshop being overly detailed and other miniature companies just, yeah. You know what? That's really good. I might have to check that one out. It's a very valid perspective. You know, that's why they have all these crazy painting competitions. They have everything that is over the top and like super detailed. They got the whole detail creep conversation they talk about. Yeah, it's a thing. So I also have some like other royalty-free music I might use next time. I just have to create the playlist. Trapped under plastic. I'll check it out. Thanks for the rec. There's really not too much more black on this thing. I mean, there is, just different types. Yeah, it's good to have something on in the background. I've been liking this because I've actually been able to play a little bit of the music I'm playing also in the chat. Yeah, it's true. Gotta have a little bit, gotta try a little of everything. Wish I could have the lo-fi girl vibes. Nice chill, relaxing music, you know? That's what I'm going for. Japanese rap. Oh man. Have you been watching I mean, I don't know nothing about Japanese rap, but I feel like the closest thing I got to that is Crazy Nuts, who did the intro for Dan to Dan, the anime adaptation. It's on Netflix and Hulu. Wow, I just sound like I was plugging it. I wasn't meaning to, but you know, if you haven't watched it yet, you should definitely check out Dan to Dan. If you're the geek I think you are, like me. Yeah. Okay, getting there in terms of what they're looking for. The brain rot version? Oh man, I'm gonna check that out. Curious what that must sound like. Let's get smaller brush out again. Brain rot, brain rot. Okay, so this is gonna have to require a little bit more. Hey, vey. I'm gonna have to clean that up later, but here's what it is. So we're gonna let that bad boy dry a little bit more. I gotta say, I'm now pretty interested in hearing this brain rot version. Very intrigued indeed. Where's my broken boy? Where's my broken miniature boy? There he is. There he is. There's the little guy. Okay, here we go. Just gotta give him a little bit of love. Oh, you know what? I think I have heard the brain rot version now that you mentioned. Now that I have had a second to think about it, it has shown up on my Spotify at some point. Ugh. Why? I don't know, but any Japanese rappers you'd recommend? Try a little bit, and I'll come back and give that a little bit more love. Good to know. Raisin and Okinawa. All right, cool. Thanks for the rec. I have some commuting tomorrow. Maybe I'll put that on the way to work. Hey, someone else is there in the chat. Hell yeah. Love it, dude. Thanks again for the rec. Oh no, my camera died. That's fine. Back. Do. Not bad. I think that's black. Is that black as well? What color is that? It is black. Okay, cool. So I got to go through and get that too. Not bad. Not bad. Recommendations? For music? Well, so you know, oh my god, well, ain't rap, but my Spotify led me to this Norwegian metal band called Blood Command, and they recently have a new lead singer, but I actually prefer the original one, but it's called Blood Command, and some of my favorite songs from them are Cult Blood, Um, they're just like, check out their album. It's like a lot of fun. Yeah, right? Skaven right there. Oh. It's like, what are you guys? Are you guys even trying to be subtle here? Oh man, this can't be neat, can I? Sorry, we'll fix that later. We'll fix that. Everything will be fixed in its eventuality. It's called yeah, maybe a little bit. It's kind of cool. Like the lead singer is this is actually like this woman who does a lot of screaming. It's like not bad. Another one you could check out is Glowbug. I really like that album. Glowbug and what is the one? What is the? They have an album I just like put on repeat and it was great. Oh yeah, take a look at Phantasmadel. Phantasmadel is a good one from Glowbug, and then yeah, just go from there. It's like different things have different sounds. He collaborates with some other artists. Heck yeah, man! Congratulations. That's great. Get those boxes in. Get that pre-order in. Christmas coming early. God, it's so hard to get like to be properly clean. It's okay, but I also need to be careful not to let it go into the red too much. But nothing risked, nothing gained. Yeah, technically it's two words. Is it 2 words? Phantasma space Del. That is yeah, that's correct. It's different. It's very different. Again, some screaming stuff, but like it's got like this weird like island vibe to it. Yeah, it's just like not what you may expect. But I'll probably only go for another 15-ish minutes because, again, I have a guest who just showed up in the other room who's with my wife right now, and yeah, and then I gotta do my work tonight. I think I would like not to stay up super late, but we'll see what happens. We shall see. It's okay. I'll just do some. I used to do some cram sessions as a kid. Jesus. 10 years ago? Oh my god, I'm getting old. I am turning 34 in February, and yeah, it's hey, well, cool. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm enjoying it too. Again, it keeps me consistent and kind of I like interacting. It gives me company. I just like the environment. It's great. That guy's not looking that shabby. All right, so we'll come back to him in a bit. I want to do a little bit more detail work on this guy while I still have a little bit more time. Oh man, I just recorded so much on my my big boy camera. We'll see how that goes. The stuff will be a different color, from my understanding. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Someone sent me a picture from 5 years ago before the pandemic, and I was like, "Oh my God, time has definitely has gone by pretty quick." But I'm trying to continue to remain young at heart, and sometimes that's hard. I talked to my therapist about this, and what it means to make time for the inner child, for play, and I think that there's a lot of good merit to that, because if you don't play, then what's the point of it all? Like, I do like work. I like feeling fulfilled by completing tasks and doing a good job, but at the end of the day, it's all about balance. You gotta be proud of what you do, whether it's in your hobbying, your work, your relationships, and I have a lot of things I'm passionate about, but just gotta keep balance. Just gotta do what you can to keep the balance. So I feel like that is a pretty good start. There's definitely going to be some metal and stuff that goes in here too. Exactly. I'm pretty stoked. And I have a very supportive, loving wife who also supports me in things that make me happy. And, that's all part of the balance, I think. Let's take a look at the face on the broken guy. All right, so give him another quick pass, I think, on that face. Yeah, then we'll dry it nicely and get that detail back. Let that do its thing. I'm gonna give him a little bit more as well, just make sure I have good proper coverage, and then one more on our goggles person. Cool. I don't want to really add too many more colors, because if I do, I don't want to waste any paint, and I think it's good to give these some time to dry. So I might actually call it an early stream tonight. However, hold on, hold that thought there for a second, because oh my, that's not the right one. Hold on. I want to introduce you to somebody who's here, because he's a dear loving friend. Let me just get him real quick. Loco, come say hi to the internet. Loco, come here. Loco. So yes, this is Loco. He's my stepson. Oh, hey buddy. He's a very lovable dog. I love him so much. He's always very lax. He likes to just kind of hang out here. He's got a little hernia here that doesn't hurt him, but he has it. He is my adopted son. We're gonna go cuddle for the rest of the night now. But thanks for tuning in tonight, Headhunter, and whoever else is still on the stream, and whoever is checking this out. post YouTube stream. Thanks again for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week, and if not, then later next week. And have a great night, and see you on the flip side. Woo! Bye.